Caribbean Connections TV.
It's Paradise here with Mr. Lee. Hi.
So good to see you again. Thank you for all your help. I got to say, thank you for coming, streaming this thing. My mother got a chance to watch it. Hi, Mom.
So after I got your text that you're going to wear yellow tie, I decided to wear my yellow blazer.
That's right, busy as a bee. That's how, vote for Lee, stays busy as a bee.
Okay, so how do you think the mayoral debate went today?
Well, I think we accepted a whole lot of rhetoric, a lot of lecturing and gesturing. I think we need to hold people a little bit more accountable to real action steps. A lot of the things that I introduced were actual action steps that I would take if elected mayor, but also if not. And I think that's what we need to care about, a candidate who has a plan, whether they get elected or not. And I think we need to really focus on those kind of candidates and give them our support.
I was wondering, why weren't you there last night with the debate between...
Well, you know what? It's a matter of being invited in.
See, I don't know anything about how this works, but I was wondering, well, you were too busy. Why wouldn't you weren't invited? You have to be invited.
It's certainly a priority for me to be present and get a chance to stand shoulder to shoulder with the fellow candidates. But you know what? We continue to knock on doors, and I continue to ask Team Believe to advocate for me. We still haven't been invited on Metro Morning. We still haven't been invited on Breakfast TV. So there's a lot of different spaces that we would like to get a chance to interact and connect. So I invite everyone to continue to send them messages and say, hey, listen, we want diversity in your representation.
Because we want to hear from all the candidates, so we'll know what to choose.
It's true. I mean, too much choice does get a little bit complicated. I mean, sometimes you just want to see vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. The more ideas, I think what is most important, then the more solutions get suggested, and I think that's.
What would you do? Because I asked the other candidates this, to motivate the youths to improve their lives.
Well, I think I wear it. See the message? See the message there? Rise up and build. And you know what? We talking about build confidence, build up your family, build up your bank account, build up your community. I mean, there's so many different things. We need to build bridges into other communities. I mean, so many times young people find themselves living in just one part of Toronto, and they have businesses, they have books, they have music, and they have to branch out. So build relationships and bridges into other parts of the city, and you will find like-minded people who will support you. You just have to just believe enough in yourself and go and rise up. Out of a lot of chaos, there's a lot of chaos and a lot of confusion, and young people find themselves getting caught up in that. And you know what? We just ask them to rise above all of the negativity and just believe in themselves and build something special.
What would you do to help out single moms or low-income people?
Well, I tell you what. I mean, I know single moms. I come from a single mom household. My father passed away when I was 6, so I mean I understand the challenges of a single mother, and I think what's important is that we identify resources that are available to the moms. Sometimes they just feel so burdened by what they don't have. They don't get a chance to look out and say what really does exist. And I think there's a lot of different programs that are designed. I mean, the city council, I got to take my hat off to them. They pump more money into child care services. So there are services available, but we just need to try to connect the dots. And if they run out of options, and if all the grant money is dried up, I have to ask the moms to try to do their best to actually work with the family. Try to rebuild that family base. I mean, if maybe the father of the child may not be available, maybe there's other members of the family that might want to be involved. I think it takes a village to raise a child, and if we turn our backs on the actual family dynamic, then we're losing something very special. So moms, don't give up hope on dad.
Address the crime in our, in the black community.
Well, you know what? All communities seem to be plagued by crime. I mean, unfortunately, ours happens to result in violence, right? Ours happens
among each other.
Ours happens to result in young people being killed. There is no magic solution.
Where can we start? Where would you start as mayor?
Well, we have a lot of initiatives right now that work on anger management, and I think these are whenever the bullet comes out of a gun, it's because someone just felt no other options, and they just made a decision that was their only option. And I think we need to introduce more options to our young people right away. We need to ask them how you're doing. We need to stop looking at someone who's in a bad mood and saying that's a bad dude. right? It's just a bad mood doesn't make you a bad dude. And I think we need to identify people who may be, in a boiling point situation and help them. For instance, I seen a dad with his child on a streetcar, and the kid was screaming, and the dad was ready to lose it. And I pulled out my pocket a lollipop. I said, Dad, this can help, right? And you know what? I caught that moment of him maybe yelling, maybe giving this kid a whooping, whatever could have happened, but I was able to identify it and stop it. So I would like all leaders, to just be cautious of what's happening to our young people. And when you see that water boiling, please intervene and make a difference.
Thank you once again for being on Caribbean Connections TV.
Bye-bye, Mom. Thanks, guys.
You're going to get results because I'm here for the long haul. And I'm inviting you to be part of this very special journey that I'm on. I represent a high moral standard. I am committed to serving the city of Toronto with every breath in my lungs. And I promise I will not let you down. Thank you very much. Woo!